Hi there, welcome to part 3 of my collection of DVDs, and here we go with the next DVD I like to show you. It's this DVD right here, 8 Mile. What can you say? It's got a list of extras, Eminem's battles with some of the guys to see who would be the best to fit in the movie. It's got a great story, the acting is pretty good, Eminem can act pretty good in this movie. And it pretty much gives you the whole story of his life, but without really using his real name. But you get an idea of who or why they did that. But yeah, I like this DVD. It's got a lot of extras. Got a Superman video in there, and it's really a good movie. And when you add that in there, you got a really good DVD. And if you haven't seen this movie or have the DVD, I recommend buying it and seeing it for yourself to see what I'm talking about. A great DVD, and if some of you who have the DVD, you know what I'm talking about, and that's why I have this DVD in my collection. I like this DVD, and yeah, I recommend if you haven't seen it or bought it, buy this DVD. Good DVD. Okay, the next DVD on my list is this right here, the Raw 15th anniversary. What can you say about the Raw 15th anniversary? Let's see. You get a 3-disc set going through all the Raw history from 93 to 97. You get the first episode of Raw, which has Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair. I mean, they talk about the first episode of Raw. You get a match between Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair, which is a good matchup. You get the Brian Pillman, Stone Cold Steve Austin gun incident. You get a Shawn Michaels and Mr. Perfect brawl in the parking lot. You get Mr. McMahon stunning the boss. You get Mr. McMahon's screwing bread interview, and you get a whole lot on that disc. Then on disc 2, you get DX invading WCW, Mankind winning his first WWE title against The Rock. You get Stone Cold Steve Austin in the beer truck on the Corporation. You get the Rock This Is Your Life storyline, and then you get many more on that disc 2. On disc 3, from 2003 to 2008, you get Kane's Unmasking, where you get to see what Kane looks like under his mask. You get the Monday Night Football spoof with Shelton Benjamin and Trish Stratus and Vince McMahon. You get the John Cena drafted to from SmackDown to Raw. You get the Edge and Lita live sex celebration, and you get a whole lot more. And I recommend, if you haven't bought this DVD, buy it, because it's got a lot of stuff. If you're a fan of the whole Attitude Era stuff, it's got this right on this DVD. I recommend you buy this DVD and check it out. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend seeing it and then maybe buying the DVD. But if for most of you who have the DVD, you already know what I'm talking about, and that's why I have this on my collection, because this is a really good DVD, and I feel you should check it out if you haven't seen it. Okay, next list on my DVD, on my collection DVD list, is this right here. The history of the WWE Championship. What can you say? It's got a lot of matches from the 70s. It's got on disc 1, you get Ivan Koloff versus Pedro Morales. You get the Bruno Sammartino versus Killer Kowalski. You get Superstar Billy Graham versus Bob Backlund. You get Bob Backlund versus Greg Hammertime for the WWE title. You get Bob Backlund versus Sergeant Slaughter. You get Iron Sheik versus Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan's first WWE title. You get the Hulk Hogan King Kong Bundy match at WrestleMania 2 in a steel cage. You get Hulk Hogan versus Mr. Wonderful in a steel cage, that match that had the controversial where the two stepped out and then they had to restart the match. You get Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, where Andre the Giant beats Hulk Hogan in controversial fashion, which leads to the WrestleMania 4 tournament. You got Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, where Hulk Hogan body slams Andre the Giant and history's made. And Andre the Giant loses his first matchup. You get Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5, where Hulk Hogan wins his third WWF title or second WWF title from the Macho Man. Let's see, this 2 You get the Ultimate Warrior against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. Then on this 2, you get Bret Hart versus Owen Hart in a very underrated steel cage matchup from SummerSlam 1994. Then you get an Iron Man match, which is good. Many people felt it was boring, but in a way, in its own way, it's kind of good. With Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12. You get Shawn Michaels and Mankind in a very good matchup at In Your House, which is the first time you see WWF kind of get hardcore in '96. I mean, there could have been other ways, but if there was, somebody tell me. Then you get a matchup between Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 14 for the WWF title, where Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart work the match hurt. And you get Shawn Michaels' final matchup until he comes back in the WWE in 2002. Then on this 3, you get a good matchup between Cactus Jack and Triple H at Royal Rumble 2000. Then you get The Rock and Triple H versus Kurt Angle in a triple threat match for the WWE title at SummerSlam 2000. Very good matchup, and Kurt Angle gets injured in a kind of like botch spot where Triple H pedigrees him, but Angle hits his head somewhere on the desk, and he gets a concussion. Doesn't return until in the end of the matchup. You get The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, a good matchup most people talk about, where Steve Austin sells out to Vince McMahon. You get that matchup. You get the undisputed title matchup where you see Chris Jericho win his first WWE. Well, he becomes the first undisputed champion by beating Stone Cold Steve Austin. They should have had him where he faced The Rock, but this was the WWE, but a WWE title. Then you get The Rock versus Brock Lesnar, very good underrated matchup where Rock puts Brock Lesnar over. You get Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, good matchup at the Royal Rumble 2003, and then you get John Cena versus Christian versus Chris Jericho in a triple threat match at Vengeance. Very good matchup. So yeah, I recommend you get this DVD. You got a lot of extras. They go through a timeline of when most of the guys won their titles, and just a lot of fun stuff on this DVD. Recommend, if you haven't seen this DVD or bought it, buy it, check it out. And this is why I have this on my collection, and yeah, I have this on my collection. Very good DVD. Okay, next list on my favorite DVDs is this movie right here, Too Fast, Too Furious. Very good DVDs, got a lot of great extras on there. The movie itself was okay for what it was. The acting was okay. The story was kind of weird, but it was good for what it was, and yeah, it was a good DVD. And that's why I have this on my list. I recommend you check it out if you haven't seen Too Fast, Too Furious. Buy it if you like the movie, and yeah, this is why it's on my list. Okay, the next list is this movie right here. This DVD right here, the NWO Back in Black. Gives you the whole history of the NWO, starting from when they formed in '96 at the Bash at the Beach, with the third member being Hogan. Then it kind of goes on to the members they included, and then it skips to the WWE from when they had their run in the WWE. I mean, it's a good DVD for what it is. I felt that they should have included most of the stuff the NWO did in WCW, because they did a lot of damaging stuff. And then it has a bunch of bonus matches with Goldberg versus Kevin Nash, and the tag team matches and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a good DVD for what it is. I recommend, if you haven't checked this DVD out, check it out, buy it, and yeah, that's why I have this on my collections. Yeah, so yeah, this is part 3. Hope to give you part 4 because I'm running out of time. And yeah, rate, comment if you like the video. Send a video response if you like it, if you like to, and yeah, those are my thoughts right there. Hope you like the video. Part 4 coming up next. Peace.